don't even think he's ignorant. I think he understands exactly what's going on. Yeah, he puts himself and his politics before.
I don't like clowns.
You this question last week and you found every which way but not to answer it. Just how many grooming gangs have we got in London?
To avoid any misunderstanding, can she define what she means by that?
Yes, if you look at what's gone on in Rotherham, where there are people taking young girls, grooming them for sex, that is what I'm talking about.
We know in London there are issues about exploitation of young people, but they're not as defined by the member in her definition of what those types of gangs are.
So are you saying we haven't got the same sort of gangs that are in Rotherham, Bradford and lots of other places in the country?
Just for you misunderstanding, what does she mean by that?
You know full well what I mean by that. It's all over the television. You know exactly what I mean by that. These gangs of people that are grooming young girls for sex. Do we actually have those in London?
Today, I'm unclear, Chair, what is meant by the question. If you could spell it out, I can answer.
I've just spelt it out. Are you not listening? It's the sort of gangs that groom young girls at a young age for sex. Exactly how much clearer do you want me to be?
That cocky little bastard
needs to be corrected.
That makes me so livid I could cry. That disgusting human being who happens to be the Mayor of London, who also happens to hold the title of the Police and Crime Commissioner as part of that role, that responsibility, obfuscating, gaslighting, bullying, belittling. These are little girls, underage minors, being raped by gangs in our capital city. You do not play games over this. If this was anybody else in any other position of authority, that clip alone should have seen his head roll.
Deport him.
London Mayor, you're a disgrace. You're disgusting. You do not deserve to be in that position. Not when the welfare, the well-being, the dignity, the integrity, the safety and the innocence of children in the capital city is at stake. You are the most deplorable, despicable, horrible human being to answer that question like that.
He does not care. He's one of them. It's what they do.
Now you get back in that seat, you answer the question properly, you get the stats, you hold the police to account. That is what you're supposed to be doing. That is what I'm paying you to do. As someone who pays taxes, living in London, I should expect no less. The country should expect no less. You disgust me.
Thank you for your vote.
Every time I see that clip, it's just a mix of so much anger and sadness put together, because you try and be optimistic about, okay, maybe we can get Susan Hall as mayor, because I think she's absolutely amazing, and I applaud her for being able to sit there and ask the questions about the grooming gangs. I think about 9 times without getting a proper answer, because I don't think I could ever do that. But the issue is that I don't know how we can get Sadiq Khan out, because you look, he's got such a core voter base that are continually going to vote for him.
Yes, immigration.
You'll lose your country.
Dumbasses.
You look at areas such as Tower Hamlets, where he gets about 70% of the vote, and that's also an area where these rape gangs are rife. So it's really sad, because you just think, how can we get him out? Because he's just such an arrogant and ignorant, and I don't even think he's ignorant. I think he understands exactly what's going on. Yeah, he puts himself and his politics before the I have no words. The horrible situation that these little young girls have been put through. And this hasn't just been happening in the last 5, 10 years. This has been happening for decades. And to think that it still isn't happening now, especially in London, is just absolutely naive. And it just angers me so much. I just get so frustrated by it.
I think Elias absolutely spot on there, but I have an answer to her question when she said, I don't know how we get Sadiq Khan out. The answer is we deport him. You mentioned, Dan, that he's sticking by his politics, putting his politics first. He's not. He's putting his background first. He is a Pakistani Muslim man. This is fundamentally the problem. There should be no Pakistani Muslim men in Britain. They make up 4% of the demographics of the nation, yet 65% of the child sexual exploitation and child sexual abuse. This is disproportionate. We should say the borders are instantly closed to Pakistani Muslim men, and any Pakistani Muslim men in Britain should be deported with immediate effect. There is no place for that culture, that faith, that ideology in this country, in our country. It is despicable that he will sit there and argue semantics about, well, what do you mean by grooming gangs? We all know exactly what is meant by grooming gangs. These cohorts of predominantly Pakistani Muslim men who groom young British girls, rape them, abuse them, and sometimes even murder them with the mass cover-ups by local councillors, some of which happen to be Pakistani Muslim men, police, some of which happen to be Pakistani Muslim men, even up to the House of Lords, some of whom happen to be Pakistani Muslim men. There's no place for it. It's time to say enough is enough. We've got to be strict with our borders. Forget the king who's saying there is no border. We have to protect our borders and say, you have to go. The Conservative Party hasn't been Conservative in a long time anyway, so who knows what that means. Ian Dale is still playing by the old rules of you must accept diversity, inclusion and equity. You must accept multiculturalism, otherwise you are a racist, xenophobic bigot.
Bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Silence!
And then a bunch of ugly lefty chicks try to break it up again because they're the ones who let these people into Western civilization and then tell us to shut up about the repercussions.
Immigrant punches man holding a baby. Surrounding Englishmen react. Ugly leftist women who are destroying the West freak out.
No, it's a serious problem to our entire way of life.
Our hearts are a bad neighborhood that we dare not walk around in alone.
It is a messed up world.